All right, bro, it's T and I'm back with a new video and it's on Jeremy Ethier. Yeah. How I built muscle fast, 5 science-based tips. He added 20 plus or plus 20 pounds to his body in like 10 years or something. It took him 10 years. He says it's lean mass. I don't believe him. He looks small. He looks the same like when he started. But he's going to talk about the stretch. Let's watch this video and review it.
Is it possible to build muscle fast? It took me years to gain some size, and eventually my gains stopped altogether. Instead of
Okay, you were a young kid still growing. You weren't finished growing. You grow till 25, and after 25, you don't grow anymore. Now, building muscle, trying to grow muscle, that's totally different. Now you're accelerating aging. Anytime you try to grow, you accelerate aging because you stopped aging at 25. Cellular damage will accelerate aging. Exercise, doing these things will accelerate your aging. That's why you have to be very cautious. Yeah.
on this, I recently implemented a handful of new research-backed techniques.
So instead of taking, what was that, steroids or something, an injection, he took something else. I don't know if he didn't take steroids or if he did. Maybe he took a little. He's an influencer. Why wouldn't he take something or fake it or whatever?
In a lean 20 pounds in 16 months. And there's 5 things I did. Number 1 has to do with...
Do you have any proof he did that? And look, he's eating a herbivore diet. Try and do that on a carnivore diet, which is your diet, a human diet. And he's doing it on a herbivore diet.
My training. There's a really exciting new area of research called stretch-mediated hypertrophy.
Okay, that's not new. That's old. Everybody knows that. That's why they say they did it on these birds and things. They hung a weight on it to stretch, to cause it to stretch, and they would move their arm, but it was in a stretch position. Okay, can you do this technically in the gym? Yes, you could do a stretch motion. You can hold a weight there forever with a stretch, in hopes that, like a penis stretcher. You know how they have the penis stretcher and your penis gets longer? You got to keep that tension on it forever. So now what you're basing it on is not the proteins, but whatever you're eating, the proteins in your diet or whatever, are going to force this thing to grow more cells onto the protein instead of, well, I'm not going to, protein synthesis needs to exceed that breakdown. I'm not going to go for that. I'm going to force it to put these cells in because I'm too lazy to. Protein synthesis exceeds this breakdown. Yeah.
This is something I've covered in depth in a past video, but basically some muscles...
Okay, look, I'll bring this up really fast just as a point of reference, okay? Shit, man. So this is what he's foregoing. He doesn't want you, if muscle is going to gain any mass, protein synthesis must exceed that breakdown. Why? Because skeletal muscle is continually breaking down, synthesizing protein. But if you want to maintain it, it's got to be equal to 0. This balance, protein balance must equal 0. The point is, you're all too lazy to do that. He knows you're not eating. You're all poor. You have no money. So, well, we're going to force it on our slave diet by doing these stretches.
Seem to grow faster from exercises that challenge them the most when they're in a stretch position. This is
not based on muscle damage because you're not getting damage with repeated bouts because repeated bout effect and a bunch of other things. So we know we're not getting that, and that would be apoptotic anyways if you can't exceed this breakdown. So what's the point? Without food and money, you're never going to build a body that you want. You understand me? You may get a little bit pumped up from your herbivore diet, building some sarcoplasmic muscle, but that's about it. And I guarantee you, his muscle is not lean, it's sarcoplasmic. A lot of it's just, he's got a tiny bit of pump there, bro. There's very little mass, if anything.
Biceps, triceps, quads, and hamstrings, and to be honest, it seems like it will be true for most or even all of our muscles. To take advantage of this, there's 2 things I did. First, exercise selection. Let's take the biceps for example. A recent 2022 study compared 2 exercises, preacher curls and incline curls. Preacher curls are most difficult right around here, when the biceps are almost fully stretched, whereas incline curls...
Okay, now you gotta hold that stretch. How long do you have to hold that stretch for so that there's enough tension on it where the body will actually start accumulating some of these proteins onto the fiber to make it stronger and bigger? How long do you have to hold that? So you're going to stay there in pain and suffering for like, I don't know, like what, an hour, 2 hours in that position to try to get these proteins to come on? Because you don't want to exceed protein breakdown? Because you don't want to eat this to exceed protein breakdown, the mass? What the fuck, man? This is stupid.
Based on the incline angle used in the study, are most difficult a little bit higher up when the
How's
bicep
that working for him? Does he look massive to you doing these so-called stretch exercises without eating any food? You think you're going to build muscle without eating any food, eh? You're going to just stretch a muscle, go to the gym. I'm going to stretch it. The air is going to build it. Yeah. I don't think so, bro. This is so imaginary.
biceps are almost fully contracted. After 9 weeks of testing the two, the preacher curl led to around 150% more growth. Other recent studies on the biceps have found similar results, but there seems to be a similar effect with the triceps too. One study had subjects do overhead extensions with one arm.
Yeah. Now you got to hold that extension like that. You've got to hold that for more than an hour, 2 hours, even longer. I don't know. It takes a long period of time. And in that position, you may get some hyperplasia. Yeah. You may get it, but you got to hold it for hours doing this over your head like that. Will you stay there all day holding that? Because in hopes of, well, I'm going to get my body to build the muscle because I put it in a stretch position like this. So it'll be forced to grow this muscle, even on my slave diet. Poor $1 romaine noodle diet.
And your normal triceps push down with the other arm.
Yeah, he's not holding it. He keeps pushing it up and down. Well, that would be muscle damage because it's based on these eccentric exercises, moving up and down. It's an overworking of an untrained muscle. This is wrong. And even then it's protected by the repeated butt effect. It's very specific to even get that damage to come on. That's why bodybuilding is so hard. In the natural world, you need to know how to grow muscles naturally. In the natural world is really hard. In the drug world, it's easy because you're faking it. Fake muscles, fake strength, fake food, eating it, creating fake muscles. Sarcoplasmic muscles, fake. Artificial muscles, artificial everything.
Likely because of the greater stretch on the triceps, the overhead exercise led to significantly more growth. So to apply this, in my weekly
I don't believe that didn't increase more growth. What happened was you just got excited and you probably ate more, and any growth that you probably got on there, because majority of people are eating herbivore diet, is sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, because you love to eat herbivore diets. Get it? Carbs. You're not eating meat. Try and do that with a meat diet, which is your
routine. I made sure I was doing at least one exercise that really challenged each muscle in a stretch position. And aside from
that's not you're not holding it in a stretch position. You keep moving your arms. It's not long enough to hold that there. So he's lying to you. It doesn't work.
The ones I just shared with you, I also did behind the body curls for biceps, behind the body cable lateral raises for shoulders, seated leg curls for...
He's exercising. What stretch are you doing? You're not holding any of the stretches. You're exercising now. Why are you not holding them?
Hamstrings and Bulgarian split squats for glutes. But there's one more thing I did to focus on the stretch position even more. And honestly, I think this is what really made the difference.
He's lying to you.
So I've always been obsessed with progressive overload and just lifting more weight.
Wow, he put two 10-pound plastic weights on each side to make it look like they're 45-pound plates. Just a fake lifter as well to impress you. So fake weights. Their weights aren't fake, but the weight is fake to make it look like it's 45. You put on two plastic 10-pound weights, 20 pounds on each side.
And doing more reps every workout.
Yes, it's really hard. Jeremy Ethier, so strong, man. What a channel. 5 million, 6 million duped subs to this channel. Fake, idiotic, fake channel, which you natural people are never going to grow ever. Ever.
How important, it's easy to get carried away. You start lifting heavier, but it comes at the...
It's easy to get carried away with fake information, Jeremy. Yes, Jeremy, keep feeding us more of your fake bullshit.
Expense of form. You don't go quite as deep, or you start using just a bit more momentum. These little...
Start throwing them. That'll cause a stretch. That'll cause a stretch in it. Yeah. That'll hold the stretch forever, yeah.
Compensations decrease the challenge you put on your muscles in that stretch.
Oh, that's it. It's challenge the muscles. Yes. Okay.
Position. So although I was lifting heavy...
They'll just magically grow like breatharian diets. They magically grow.
Over time. time, I wasn't actually seeing very good results. So I decided to
Weren't seeing very good results. Maybe because you're using 10-pound weights here on each side. Oh, you're gonna go. So you're gonna take 10 pounds off and just do for the 10.
first lighten the weight on almost all my movements by about 10 to
Lighten the 10-pound weight to 10 pounds. Okay.
20%. I then tried to go as deep as I
He's
could,
doing 20-pound weights. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
but with good form. And for some exercises like presses and squats,
Can you see the numbers on any of these weights? No, because that's the fake in the channel to fake you out, to get you, bro. He's got you. He got all of you. He faked you all out.
even added a half-second pause at the bottom. Although I wasn't lifting as heavy, my muscles were challenged so much more, especially during that deep stretch. And they
Why
responded
doesn't anybody do a video on him on Jeremy Ethier lifts fake weights?
extremely well to this. Your goal isn't to lift as much weight as possible. It's to use that weight to challenge your muscles as much as possible.
It's used to challenge your weight, it's not lift as much as possible. It's used to challenge your muscles as much as possible.
Knowing that will completely change the way you train and save you from a lot of injury down the road. Now, even
Yeah, save you from injury and a bunch of baloney down the road, yeah.
if you do all the best exercises and use the right form, if you're not applying this
If I use your fake weights, will that work too? Will that work for me if I use your fake weight, doing fake weights?
next step, you're not going to grow. It wasn't until I fixed this that I realized how much it was holding me back.
Jeremy, aren't you causing damage to the muscles? I thought you were causing damage like your other videos. You're getting damage and it's just inflammation that you're getting. There's no growth there, but inflammation. Okay.
So in order to maximize growth, you need to get close enough to failure during each of your sets. Research suggests that at least within 3 reps of failure
Now you have to get into failure. I thought it was the stretch. Now what is this? 5 science tips? Okay, whatever.
is the threshold. The more experience you get, the more important this becomes. Now, even though I was aware of this, I'll be honest.
sure you
After
were.
I built up a decent amount of muscle, I just got comfortable.
I'm sure you were. Yeah, you got comfortable with the 10-pound weights. How much do you think these weigh? These plastic weights. These look. I think they're like fucking 10. No, these are 20. These are 20 pounds each on each side. So 20-pound rubber weights on each side. Yeah, they're either 20 or 25. I don't think they're 25. They're like 20. Yeah, man.
I wasn't training as hard as I could have been and was just going through the motion.
Man, that's how you fake out people. I gotta start making videos like this too, using the plastic weights, man, faking out people.
It wasn't until I started really pushing myself close enough to true failure that I started really seeing my growth take off.
Wow, look at him squeeze at that. We can't even see the weight back there. What are you using? Is it like 5 pounds? Fuck, he squeezed on a 5-pound weight. Christ, man, he's so weak.
And let me tell you, it's very easy to
Look
think
at the baby weights. Look at the baby weights, bro. Look at this. He does it so fast. He tries to get you in on this. Hold on. Let me see this thing again.
close enough to true failure that I started really seeing my growth take off.
yes.
And let me tell you, it's
There it is. Look at the little baby weights, bro.
very easy to
Oh my God, look how fast he does it. I can barely catch it. The little baby weights over there. Oh my God, they're like 5-pound weights. I told you this guy is so full of shit.
think you're pushing hard enough when in reality you still have more to give. A recent meta-analysis released just last year found that in weightlifting studies, subjects would on average stop their sets almost 10 reps before they reached failure. And even well-trained lifters have been shown to underestimate their max effort by around 1 to 2 reps on average. Believe me, the difference between stopping a set 3+ reps short of failure compared
What was he rowing there? 5 pounds too?
to pushing through to just 1 to 2 reps short of failure is a whole other level. You know what's going to result in future growth. And second, I always take at least a few seconds to just be able to do a crazy amount of volume every workout once you start training with this level of effort. That's why it's essential that you implement point number 3.
He's really burnt out all that effort using those 5-pound weights. Okay.
Recovery. So your workouts
I
will
think this is an endurance channel.
provide the stimulus for your muscles to grow. But the actual
You have to
growth
provide the stimulus for your muscles to grow. Okay, so you just provide the stimulus for them to grow. What about your food? Doesn't food grow muscles? I thought food grows muscles, not weights. That's what science says. Science says that. Science says that protein has to exceed that breakdown. Protein builds muscle. Doesn't say anything about weights building muscle. Nowhere in science does it say a weight builds a muscle. If you could prove me wrong, Jeremy, show me one science report where it says that weights build a muscle. Show me where.
Growth happens when they're resting and recovering. Thing is, most people think that recovery only has to do with your rest days. But the most important part of managing your recovery
Okay, I can't go through this whole video.
more to just bore slightly much for you. Keep in mind that your workouts aren't the only stress your body has to recover from. Your work, your life, and your relationships can all be.
Yeah.
Alright, so far we've talked
Yes.
typically around 10 to
Hey, look at the herbivore diet. See, I proved it right here. He's potatoes and all these weird. He's got oxalates in it. They're bad for you. They'll destroy your health. Look, you got French fries. It's fucking. It's been processed. It's been boiled. It's so killed at this point. Full of oxalates. The sugars have increased. What muscle are you building? Sarcoplasmic. Fake artificial muscles. What else is he gonna throw?
YouTube and social media.
Oh, he's gotta throw it at some steroid dude. See that? I told you, he's throwing some steroid dudes at us now. Sorry, I hit this thing by accident. He's throwing steroid dudes
In the past,
at us.
I'd always go back to dieting whenever I saw just a
See?
fully fade away, especially during summertime. And in my case, it was really hard mentally, especially with all the pressure to constantly be shredded for YouTube and social media. In the past,
Well, let's see you do that. Jerry. Come on, let's see you, natural guy. Come on, natural guy. Show us what you got, bro. You got absolutely nothing. This channel is 6 million dumbass subscribers. As dumb as this motherfucker. Bro, all you people are so stupid watching this shit, this garbage. I gotta go. See you in the next one. Ciao, man.